everybody, it's Ian the Kilter Crafter. I hope you're having a great day today. Today I'm going to be making this card, which is a fun card using some Distress Oxides that I'm still kind of playing with and experimenting with. You'll see my struggle as we get started in today's video. It's a layering card, so inlay, I inlaid the white paper into the watercolor paper, so you're playing with textures and all sorts of fun stuff. And instead of me talking about it, why don't we go ahead and show you how I put this card together. Before we get started with today's project, I did want to take a quick moment and just kind of show off, do a little show and tell of some creations that I made outside of my craft room. I was given a gift certificate to a local art studio for any class that they are offering, and I decided to take this glass bowl making class. So these are two bowls that I made using glass pieces and glass like cylinders and glass beads and just a whole bunch of glass. So as you can see, this is what they turned into. If you are following me on Instagram, you saw these posted over on my Instagram. Really love how these turned out, and I think the yellow one's my favorite. I love all the color and detail in this one, and just so much fun. For today's project, I'm going to be using Distress Oxides once again. I love these colors, and I think they're going to work really well together for today's card. I'm going to be doing a little bit of, not exactly squishing or squooshing or smooshing. I'm just going to smoosh some of this onto my craft mat and then pick up the colors from there. I don't remember the name of that technique, but it's a lot of fun, and the colors, I think, turn out really well when you do that. So I'm trying to decide what I'm going to start off with, and I think I'm going to start off with my fossilized amber. The cool thing about these Distress Oxides is you can actually start with any color you want to, because once they're dry, they don't mix. You can actually layer darker colors on top of lighter colors, and then lighter colors on top of darker colors. It really kind of doesn't matter what you do. They just kind of end up blending, or not blending, but they end up layering on top of each other, which is a really cool effect. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do some quick little smooshing of this colors. And right now it looks like a big muddy mess, but I promise by the end of it, it'll look pretty cool. Oh, by the way, I'm using some Canson watercolor paper. Alright, so you saw me kind of work with that a little bit, and I don't like the way that this is turning out. This is getting too muddy for me. I'm gonna save this for a little while. Maybe inspiration may hit me, but honestly, I don't like this, and I forgot that you can't really mix purple and yellow. It just doesn't, I just don't like how this looks. It's plain and simple. So I'm gonna set that aside, let that dry. I might come back to it at some point if I feel like I can save it, but for right now it doesn't look too good to me. So I'm gonna start over again. I'm gonna remember this time that our two colors that don't work well together are purple and yellow, or wilted violet and fossilized amber. I don't wanna mix those together. I can mix the blue with the wilted violet, the broken china with the wilted violet. That should look fine. In fact, it created some really beautiful purple, and I can mix the broken china with the fossilized amber. That created a really great green color, but I can't use all three colors at the same time. So let's go ahead and layer these up, and hopefully we'll get a better result this time. Alright, now that I have gotten it the way I like it, I like how this looks a lot better. I'm loving some of the speckled look that I'm getting from that yellow, and this is what I'm talking about having one color layer over a different color. So the yellow, you would never typically be able to lay a yellow on top of a purple, but it does here, and I love that. And I got away from those yucky colors that I wasn't too happy with. Like this a lot better, and I think this will work out a lot better for the card. card, so let's go ahead and continue. Next up I have probably my most favorite stamp set ever. This one is from Stampers Anonymous. This is the Hipster stamp set and I love it a lot. I'm going to be using the cat image from today. I have my Tim Holtz stamp platform set on the rubber side because these are rubber cling stamps. I'm going to move this probably about here because I am planning to use my circle die cuts to cut out that. I think that should be good right there. It'll be close enough, I believe, so I'll go ahead and close the door and ink this up with some VersaFine ink. Next I'm going to take my largest stitch circle from Simon Says Stamp, or my largest stitch circle die from Simon Says Stamp, and I'm going to go ahead and release it out of this temporary hold. And I'm going to put it around my cat image here and try to get it as centered as possible, and then I'll run it through my die cut machine. Alright, kind of pulling my card together, I want something that looks something like this. Yeah, I think I want it to look something like that whenever I put my card together. So I'm going to take my circle die and just kind of place it. I don't want to keep my die cut underneath, but I think I'm just going to place it there and run it through just like that. Alright, I have gotten everything cut out using my Cuttlebug, and I've gotten a card base. This is Nina Solar White 110 pound cardstock, my favorite cardstock for creating card bases. And what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and glue everything down onto the front of the card base. I don't think I ever mentioned, this is just some scrap Recollections white cardstock that I had. There's nothing special about it. It is going to look a little thinner, obviously, than the watercolor paper, but that's going to be okay. I think that actually adds a little to it. So let's go ahead and glue everything down. For the watercolor paper, I'm going to use my Tombow Extreme adhesive, and then for just the regular Recollections paper, my Scotch Dot adhesive roller. Alright, now that I've gotten that inlaid, all I'm going to do is use my paper trimmer to just go ahead and trim off the excess, so that way there's nothing hanging over the edge. To finish out the card today, I grabbed the Sweet Sentiment. It sounds like I'm saying it's a sweet sentiment, but no, it is the Sweet Sentiment from the stamp set, and I think I'm just going to stamp it right over here. Just like that. Perfect. And there you go, that's the card for today. So the contrast of the colors up against the white, the stark white that you see with the black of the ink, I think, wow, that sounds very, very metaphorical and very, very dramatic. But I like how it looks on the card, and I really think it works well in tandem together. I hope you liked today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that you liked my video, and then hopefully they'll share it across YouTube land. You can also subscribe to my channel by clicking the red button down below that says subscribe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and get great updates every time I post a new video or go live. You can also get social with me over on my social media links. Those are all listed down in the description below. They include Periscope, Instagram. I don't know why I say Periscope anymore because I'm hardly over there, but Periscope is listed there. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of them. Make sure to go check out all of them listed down in the description below. I hope everybody has a great day, and remember guys, keep it off kilter. Bye!